want to come over here, Amy?
Yeah.
So these two, they rotate in the same direction. This guy rotates in a different direction, so just make sure you rotate these to the right and this one rotates to the left if you want to turn them all to 0. Okay, now I'm going to use the needle pusher to push out the needles that I want to cast on. And I'm going to do 15 and 15. Okay, I have a tape here, right here. It starts in the middle, 0 to 55, or 0 to 100, and then 0 to 100 over here, okay? So my garment is always centered around 0. Okay. So my needles are all the way forward. There are several positions. This is position E. Position B is working position, and this is the carriage. And if I just kind of move the carriage back and forth, you see how it pushes the needles back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but you start over here, you take your yarn, and let me just thread it first to show you how I thread it. Okay, you come through here, you come over here and you get it into that ear, then into this little guy, and then you secure it in the antenna. Antenna is your last step. Then there's this little thing here where you can hook it if you need to wait before you start working. So your thread, your yarn, goes through the carriage. The carriage opens, I put my yarn in, and then I close it. Always make sure to close it. If it's not closed, your knitting is gonna drop. Now I'm starting to cast on. You always cast on first when you knit. So I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna make a loop going from right to the left, okay, on each needle. Okay. And that's my cast on. This is like this initial row where everything will catch. Oops. The latches are open on my needles as I cast on. Always going from right to left. Okay, done. So now I'm ready to make my first row. This is a tension dial. When I'm, okay, doesn't move very well. When I'm on 0, my tension is the most tense. The further up I go, the looser my tension is. I'm going to stop at 5. Okay, and I'm going to make my first row. Actually, I'm going to keep my brushes up. All right. Okay, I have a little loop sticking out here. That should not happen, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. You can always hide it later. For some reason, my row counter is on 3. It should be on 1. That was my first row. Okay, now it's time to hang the comb. Don't ever forget to hang the comb after the first row. You center your comb towards the center of the fabric you're creating. You're hanging it. There you go. Then you hang the weights down. Okay, a couple of weights to begin with will suffice, but you can also use more weights if you need. Sometimes mechanically it's better to have more weights. Just the machine works better that way. Okay, I'm going to make row 2. Okay, and I see that my tension, okay, I did not put the comb all the way. My tension is working okay for this yarn. And that was my 3rd row. Okay, and now I'm just going to see the fabric is forming with the back towards you. Okay, now if I want to make some eyelets, let's say, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to get this onto the prong tool, move this guy next door, and move this guy next door, and so on and so forth in my fabric whenever I want the eyelets to be.
I'm feeling you're making that look a lot easier than it really is.
Yeah, right.
Okay, no, it's really actually very simple. So, but my needles stay in work, even the ones that I emptied. So I'm just gonna continue knitting. Do you see the eyelets?
Oh yeah, cool.
Okay, I can create designs for that if I want. Now what's gonna happen if I free the needle and put it outer work? Outer work is all the way back. That's where outer work is. Let's see. You don't want them to get caught on the pegs. Okay, let's see what happens. It'll give you these floats.
Cool.
So
Okay?
little runs.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it'll give you little runs, and I'm
That's
stuck
pretty
on
cool.
that right here. Okay, so that's just a lesson in jersey. Now, do you guys want me to show you multicolored knitting, or
Yes.
how to introduce another color?
Yes.
Okay, then give me 2 minutes. I'll set things up.